Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Christine. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to another installment of Is It an MLM? I already have one video up on my channel where I spoke about Fitline, a German company, and today I'm going to talk about another European company, an Italian-based company. And I have a personal connection with this company, or rather with somebody selling products from this company, and I wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to walk you and myself through the process to see if it is an MLM. Today I want to talk about CHOGAN, which is an Italian-based company, and they sell a lot of personal care products, very much scented products, not to be confused with the waxy MLM, not to be confused with Scentsy, but they have a lot of personal care products, but they're best known for their perfumes. A family member of mine, ironically a single mother, started to sell products from the company, and as you do, you reach out to family and friends. And she said, hey, if you're interested in this, this is the catalog, what the company is doing, I will send you a link. And if you're ever interested in buying something that is a perfume, I have a suitcase with testers. If you want to try this out, if you're interested, let me know. And I myself, I bought 3 perfumes from her over the course of a couple of months. And you might have seen these. They come in these or in those shapes and forms. They're very generic packaging, but that is also one of the advertisement that the company walks around with. The perfumes are such great quality. They're the original essence, but they're a lot less pricey because we don't have any middleman, we do not do any marketing, and we also save when it comes to the packaging. I bought a couple of perfumes from my family member, and then I stumbled across an Instagram post about this company from somebody who was also selling these products, and it sounded weird because the person was promoting the products and the person was also promoting the potential of residual income. And if you're ever interested in doing that yourself, you should reach out to them, not the family member of mine, but somebody else. And then I realized that the person was talking about CHOGAN. So let's take a look if CHOGAN is just chilling perfumes and personal care products, or whether they're also operating as a multi-level marketing company. CHOGAN is an Italian-based company and they operate all over Europe. So if you are from Europe or if you have friends in Europe, they might have seen ads from people promoting CHOGAN and promoting these kind of perfumes, that you have the ability to get high-class perfumes for a lot less. It's a completely legal system, and you might have seen those posts. According to the distributors, but also to the company itself, the people are posting that the company is recreating known popular perfumes from Chanel, Dior, Louis Vuitton, but are more intense scent-wise, but cost only a fraction of the original price. According to the company, they buy their scents directly from the perfume producers Fragworld or Fragworld, I don't know how to pronounce these. CHOGAN buys their scents directly from this company in France and then processes them in Italy. According to Fragworld themselves, they are the world leader in the creation and manufacturing of fragrance essence. CHOGAN and Fragworld don't use a huge marketing budget, and they don't use pricey perfume bottles. That is why they say they can offer the products for a fraction of the price. I was able to take a look at a couple of German articles on this topic. I will link a lot of information down below. Some are in German, some are in English. Maybe I also find some in other languages. If you're interested, please go ahead and check those links and check those articles out as well. If you're interested in purchasing the perfumes, or if you want to smell them first, then in that case you have to get in contact with some of these influencers, the people that post online. You have to get together with them in person, either at their own homes or at a public place. And they have a suitcase full with testers, and then you can smell the perfumes you're the most interested in, and you can smell for yourself whether they are like the original, whether they are as intense as you would like the products to be, and then you can purchase directly from the person offering that to you. I myself, I have bought 3 perfumes. I have 2 that are connected to Tom Ford, Lost Cherry and Vanilla Tobacco, and I can say they smell like the original. They are as intense as the original, I would say, but in this case, these are really, really heavily scented, heavily fragranced perfumes. They're not summer perfumes. I would only wear them in the winter when it's really, really cold out. And from my end, I like the products. I like the perfumes I bought. The products themselves, they're not an issue. They're not sketchy to me. And in my case, it was also rather easy for me to get access because my family member sells them. And when my family member and I got together, she sprayed some of the scents and I was able to sniff them. And then I was able to tell her if I wanted to buy something or not. The person selling the product has a perfume sample suitcase, and then you can discuss with that person how you want to get your products. In my case, it was rather easy because my family member and we see each other a good amount of time, so she didn't ship them out to me. But you have different options there. You can either agree with the person to pick them up, or you can have it send it to you, but then extra shipping cost might apply because you get the products from the seller, the person you're in contact with, and not from CHOGAN, the company, directly. If you like the perfumes, if you like the product, if you like the way this business model works, you yourself as a customer can also then buy your way into the company and you can purchase this sample suitcase with perfumes yourself, this perfume kit. And then you can sell the products as well. In that case, you would have to pay once 120 to 130 euros for your toolkit, which includes the smelly suitcase with the perfume samples, product catalogs, and also your back office. I have heard influencers say that you can also start with a 60 euro kit. In that case, you will get a smaller suitcase that doesn't include all of the samples that I've shown you in the picture before, but a smaller one. Allegedly, according to CHOGAN's own website and also to the influencers I have watched primarily from Germany, there are no recurring fees and there are also no purchases necessary. And if you sell the products, you get 50% commission off of the products sold. And then you can also participate in the sales volume of your team. This sales force is independently contracted and then has to sell the scents to customers all over Europe via party sales, in person, or on social media. And yes, you might have guessed it, CHOGAN is a multi-level marketing company. What I find rather interesting with the companies that I've covered so far in this Is It an MLM series is that just like the first one, just like Fitline, the company is not transparent, neither are the distributors, when it comes to the income potential and when it comes to the actual income. Just like with Fitline, I was not able to find an official compensation plan that tells me what I have to do if I want to make money in CHOGAN, and I was also not able to find an income disclosure statement that shows me how much the vast majority of people in CHOGAN are making. There is no official documentation on CHOGAN's website. You have a lot of information available, but not this one, and I find that really, really sketchy. There are other multi-level marketing companies that also operate in Germany, like Prove It, like Sensi, and while I don't agree with multi-level marketing companies in general, at least they have their official documentation out. Sensi has that compensation plan on their website available, and as bogus as their income disclosure statement is, they have one available. And the same for Prove It. Now, it is not a necessity, also not in Europe, to have an income disclosure statement available that actually shows the customers how much money you can make. There is one exception, and I will talk about that at some other point in another video, and that is Herbalife, because of a lawsuit against them in Belgium. But that is not a legal requirement that you have to fulfill in Europe either. So these companies are not doing anything illegal because they do not have their official documentation available. But I always find it sketchy because transparency, I would say, is key if you really want to convince people that what you do is a legitimate business and is not sketchy. If we take a look at CHOGAN's website, I personally could not find any official documentation from CHOGAN that display the income potential and the actual income per ranks, aka no compensation plan and no income disclosure. But on the CHOGAN website, you can download the consultant agreement. There are many typos in there in various languages. It is incredible. A code of ethics, how to behave. On the website, you can also find a contract of a CHOGAN showcase website that is not free, although allegedly there are no costs involved whatsoever after you've paid for your starter pack, for your starter suitcase with the perfume samples. Article 1, object of the agreement between and the company concerns the Showcase website implementation service, where Showcase website shall refer to a professional website fully integrated into the CHOGAN ecosystem and allowing the purchaser to achieve visibility and perform promotional activity online independently and autonomously in full compliance with the code of ethics of the company. The Showcase website is hosted on a high-performance professional server to always ensure the best performance. The web address of the Showcase will be customized to the purchaser's sponsor code. For 1 month, you pay €30, VAT included. For 3 months, 90, VAT included. For 6 months, 180, VAT included. And for 12 months, €360. Either the information from the distributors and also the company is false, that there is no recurring fee, or maybe this is kind of an add-on. If you want to have a website, you will have to pay for it. But €30 per month, that is steep. You're telling me that CHOGAN, as a Europe-wide operating company, doesn't have the ability to offer that for less for their own distributors? I mean, if you yourself were to open up a website, you wouldn't have to pay €30, okay? Although this is included into their ecosystem, I find that rather weird. And yet again, visibility is everything here. So maybe this is something that could have been mentioned in advance. It is available as an additional contract. So I would argue with your starter pack, you might get the back end to your business because that is what they said you will get as well. But apparently not the website. If you want the website, you have to pay on top. Pricey already. In addition to that, CHOGAN also had a document on their website where they spoke about a challenge that was live until May 2023, where you can earn a trip to Dubai, an iPad, or iPods. So that sounds like CHOGAN also has some sort of incentives they're trying to offer you. In this case, first place, it would be a trip. Second place, technique. Third place, more technique. CHOGAN is very, very eager in their very own official documentation that the consultant's income is based on sales. And also this challenge outlines that as well, how important your sales are. And like Fitline, there is no official documentation available about the compensation plan and the income disclosure statement. But just like with Fitline, I found little bits and pieces here online, in this case from a French website and not from CHOGAN officially, with an overview over CHOGAN's concept, their marketing plan, gains on CHOGAN sales, and their career plan. I will link the website down below if you want to take a look at that yourself. This one is only available in French. And also on CHOGAN's website, I found something that could have been a marketing plan, like a compensation plan in English, but then you were led to a page that had an error. So that is also sketchy in my opinion. First of all, keep your links active, and if they're not, then try to fix them. Why is this documentation not officially available? And why do I have to search high and low and really get my good French skills back out of the drawer and try to understand what is happening here? I find that really, really sketchy. Even if you are a multi-level marketing company, the documentation should be easily available. I'm going to quickly walk you through these documents. I will translate them for you as we go along, but like I said, I will also link them down below if you want to take a closer look. This is not me getting a full picture of CHOGAN, but the little pieces that I can grab here or there. Let's take a look what the website says about CHOGAN's concept. First, this is not from CHOGAN's official website. This is from a website called lsdiffusion.com. So let's take all of this with a grain of salt. It is not CHOGAN's official documentation because they're not showing us publicly what their documentation is in this case. According to this LS Diffusion website, the concept is to offer cosmetic care products, high-quality perfumes, household products, as well as nutritional supplements at affordable prices. With our products, you can improve your physique and your well-being. With our business concept, your financial situation. Well, we'll see about that. You also benefit from many advantages. You get access to the CHOGAN online store with consultant purchase prices, delivery to your home in 6 to 10 working days. That, in my experience, is something that you have to figure out with the distributor themselves. You will not get sent these from the company directly. At least that is how it was in my case. Renewable quality product, gains on sales up to 50%. Commercial margin, and that adds up with what I've heard from distributors, that you get 50% of the products you sell. That is also in alignment with CHOGAN as well, what they state on their very own website. You can get earnings on the network, access to the marketing plan with different bonus levels. I would like to get access to this marketing plan. No obligation, no risk, with a free choice of products for starters. Then our business concept offers everyone the opportunity to change. You can enjoy favorable purchase price and save money. You can build a solid second income by selling products. And you can also develop your network and thus ensure your financial independence. Moreover, CHOGAN has been in existence for 9 years and continues to grow month by month. That is what this website says CHOGAN is about. Let's take a look at the marketing plan. Once again, this is from this page, LS Diffusion, not from CHOGAN officially, but it says that the network is a tremendous development accelerator. Are we surprised about that? So they're pretty much enticing you strongly to build a team. The network is a tremendous development accelerator. Through relationship marketing, any independent CHOGAN distributor can build their own team, create their own business with CHOGAN. She trains and manages his or her distributors and receives remuneration proportional to the results of this team. The job is to help people in this group to build their own team in return. To this end, they duplicate what they have learned and enable their team to succeed. Success is collective. The results of the group help to raise each of its members. It sounds like the marketing plan does entice you to build a team and then entice your team members to also build a team. And you have to coach them. It sounds just like any other regular team building recruitment activity in multi-level marketing. And it is true that you can only win together and you have to help to raise each other up, because if you want to benefit off of your team's efforts, your team also needs to see some success. So that is also typical for multi-level marketing company. Your team also needs to be able to either purchase a good amount of product, sell a good amount of product, and should be able to recruit a good amount of people. Otherwise, you will not be able to benefit off of that as well. To succeed in relational marketing, okay, in this case, they're referring to network marketing, it is essential to duplicate and develop. If you sponsor alone, it will be difficult for you to bring more than 5 or 10 people into the network. Oh, now we're getting into the nitty-gritty here. On the other hand, if you train each of them in sponsorship, so in recruiting, your network will develop faster and deep. Yes. So if you yourself, good luck trying to recruit 5 to 10 people into your network. You will be able to profit of whatever they're selling and whatever they're doing. But if these 5 to 10 people that you recruited into your network will do the same, then you will be able to grow wide and deep. That is typical for MLMs, but I'm glad they're saying this so specifically. So yeah, the marketing plan does encourage recruitment. Your success will also depend on the quality of your training of your independent CHOGAN distributors. I beg to differ. I have seen so many training calls and so many team calls in multi-level marketing companies at this point, and most of them, they wouldn't get a quality stamp of approval from my end. The strength of the network is the key to success. It is better to sponsor less, but to train, animate, and follow your team. It is excluded that you can lead and train several hundred independent CHOGAN distributors. I think what they're saying is that it's not necessarily encouraged, because that will not do much for you. You will need to pass the baton and duplicate if you want your network to be strong. So they're saying here on this other website that you can recruit as many people as you want, but those people will also have to do something, otherwise it is not profitable. Most MLM leaders, though, do, if they're able to make a good amount of money, at least for a certain period of time, recruit hundreds of people, though, because they'd rather have a lot more people who do a little than just a handful of people who do a lot. because MLM structures will crumble no matter what. And if you have hundreds of people who, in addition to trying to sell and trying to recruit, also purchase the product, then you can profit off of that as well. Relationship marketing or direct selling through network is not pyramid selling. In its international memorandum of October 18th, 1994, the General Directorate for Competition, Consumption and the Repression of Fraud specifies that the search for profit obtained by the simple pyramidal recruitment of new members or by its deviations is prohibited. That is why they're also pushing this. You have to sell a lot of product, and whatever you achieve is sales-based and not recruitment-based. But must have its purpose on the regular sale of products to consumers by a network of independent sellers. Yes. And it is interesting that they're stating this so specifically. First of all, they're calling this relationship marketing or direct selling. It's multi-level marketing. That is what it is. And then if you were made aware that a company or distributors make most of their money, which in my opinion is true for most MLMs and also for most distributors, for sure for the leaders, they were able to make most of their money via recruitment and via profiting off of the team efforts that their team does, the work they do, the products they themselves buy or sell. In that case, it would be considered a pyramid. But lots of people will not own up to that, or they might be caught here or there doing that. They don't necessarily want to, but you can read between the lines. That is the truth for most MLMs. But I guess that is why it is so important for CHOGAN to push on their website that there's so much sales-based. The CHOGAN marketing plan is a real career plan. If you have to say that, it's weird. Now, without any further explanation, it is really difficult to understand what this bonus grill is supposed to tell us. So on the left side of the bonus grid, we see the purchase price for the CHOGAN consultant. These are points connected to your ranking up to Onyx. Then you have the commercial margin of 50% and the customer selling price. Then on the bonus grid, if you want to level up to Onyx, that seems to be one of their ranks, then you have to hit a certain level and a certain amount of points PT. That could be personal volume or personal points or just short for points. Then you have a certain percentage under the niveau, under the level, and then you have the number of lines limit on the right. 1 point is about an equivalent to €1, so you probably have to sell or purchase products worth 500, 1,500, 3,500, etc. to unleash probably an additional commercial margin from 4 up to 25%. And then you have the line and the number of limits on the right. Maybe that is the amount of people or the amount of customers you need to recruit. And they also might need to hit certain points. I'm making a lot of speculations here. An actual plan would have been nice, but that is what I could potentially read out of this. Everything is linked down below if you want to take a closer look yourself. Let's take a look at the potential gains on the next website. They call it gains on CHOGAN sales. With CHOGAN, the first remuneration is the sale with a commercial margin of 50% on most products. You will also find an example of remuneration on the sale of perfumes according to the number of perfumes sold in a month. For example, you can earn more than €150 by selling 10 perfumes, 10 milliliter. The CHOGAN consultant can get a perfume, 100 milliliters for €15. The sales margin is 50%. The consultant gets €15 and the client has to sell €30. And here they're listing how your potential sales can skyrocket if you sell enough products from 1 to 80. And then they're listing the potential income you can make by selling the product. If you sell 1 perfume, it is €15. And if you're able to sell 50 or 80 perfumes, you will get $624. And when you're able to sell 80, you're able to make $1,239 because you get certain bonuses on top of that. Let's move on to the career plan. Here it says that by starting your business with CHOGAN, in addition to your trading margin, so what we saw before, if you're able to sell product, You can earn passive income by making a minimum of 500 PT personally or by building a team. The first market of the CHOGAN career plan is at 500 PT. From amethyst status, you enter the Stone Club. And these are what I would suspect are the ranks in CHOGAN. The Starter Club, the Stone Club, the President Club. At the lowest rank, you are a member. Then you become a partner if you're able to sell 500 PT. That is €500. Junior leader, senior leader, and team leader. Well, you become a leader quickly here. Then you enter the Stone Club, which sounds totally sexy. Amethyst, onyx, sapphire, emerald, ruby, and diamond. Don't call it Stone Club. And then you can enter the President Club. Manager, senior manager, world manager, top manager, and president. Then below that it says the minimum number of branches. It is not fully explained, or it's not explained at all what branches are. People, groups of people, teams. But these are the branches that go from 2 to 5. It looks like it's a minimum requirement of people you might need to add to your team. That's also why you're in the Starter Club and you become a partner if you recruit 2 people. And then you get 4% more on your personal sales. Maybe that is what they're saying. Once again, there's not a lot of information here available, for sure not from the company publicly, so I'm making a lot of assumptions here. So the light blue are the minimum numbers of branches, whatever that specifically is, and then you have the maximum limit per branch in the deep blue writing. That information is not available on CHOGAN's website, but they have inspirational videos from their last conferences, but not an official compensation plan and not an official income disclosure statement. I find that sketchy yet again, but we have people cheering each other on, being awarded at CHOGAN conferences, of course. So to me, this looks like your typical MLM. You can either sell the products, and then you get a certain percentage off of the products that you're able to sell. And the more products you sell, the more bonuses you get. Or in this case, because via these documents we saw, there is an encouragement there to build a team, and then you can profit off of the efforts of your team as well. Now, lots of information is not available. That in itself, yet again, is sketchy. I hate it when companies do this, because if you want to show me how reputable you are, then make the documentation available in my very own language, in my very own country. That is what we got from the company and also from this additional website. CHOGAN is very, very eager to present themselves as a legitimate business opportunity, and you can make money, you can make residual income based on sales. I've taken a look at a couple of German distributors. I will not play their videos. I don't think it makes a lot of sense here, but they have a little bit of a different approach. Surprise, as lots of distributors do, because they stress online that you can make a lot of money and passive income by selling their products, and they're flaunting their alleged team members' income. This person specifically was doing that shortly before Christmas at some point. How much money the people were making in November, which I would argue, take everything an MLM rep says with a grain of salt, especially if they want to encourage you to do the very same thing, or if they want to sell to you and offer you this opportunity as well. They're flaunting a lot of numbers. This is close to Christmas. Perfumes to this very day are a product that lots of people would appreciate to get around Christmas time. Maybe that is what upped the sales. Maybe the distributors bought a lot of products themselves. But these are income claims without having an income disclosure attached to this. So take all of this with a grain of salt, what this person's team allegedly made in a month close to Christmas. This specific person is also very vague what you have to do. There was a lot of chuckling and a lot of laughing and presenting this opportunity as a great opportunity if you want to make residual income. Why it is also a great business opportunity if you want to just sell the product, but why it is also so great to build a team. But they're not giving any specifics here as well. They're being very vague, but telling their audience what an amazing opportunity this is. Some people in the comment section thought this was sketchy, others thought it was inspirational, as it typically is with these types of claims. But I would say always be careful. If somebody tries to tell you how amazing a business opportunity is, that you can make such a huge amount of money by barely doing anything, then I would be very careful about that. And if the person is not transparent, and in this case, they have a YouTube channel and they have uploaded content to their YouTube channel promoting their CHOGAN business without giving any specifics. You have to reach out to them in DM, or you have to message them, you have to write them a WhatsApp, something like this. That in itself is sketchy. I think that is normal in MLMs because you cannot discuss the actual business opportunity publicly. In this case, also specifically if the company apparently doesn't encourage for all the documentation to be publicly available. But be very, very careful. This might just be a tactic for somebody to get you away from the public eye, because you could just be transparent and say, this is how I make money. I make 50% of selling the products. And if you build a team, this is what you can do as well. At least the compensation plan should be something the distributors can talk about. Overall, this person was just insinuating, in my opinion, in a rather sketchy and also unprofessional way, that you can make a lot of money by working on your own hours, that you can create passive income, and how great that is. I watched content from some other German CHOGAN consultants, and that is the same vibe I got from these as well. And as I typically state in my videos, the consultants themselves, they also have a lot of product. I would argue that is true here as well. There was also somebody featured as the king of CHOGAN, and the person had so many perfumes, it was ridiculous. They probably spent a good amount of money themselves. Now, why you might get the products for 50% off if you purchase them, and then you can up the price 50% and you can make 50% commission, that is still a lot of product for perfumes. And don't get me wrong, I like perfumes, but there is only so much you can use. I've also seen that with my family member, but she really likes perfumes as well. She probably also spent a good amount of money on these products. And if you are in a multi-level marketing company, whether you just focus on the sales or not, you're probably a good customer as well. From a consumer protection information, yes, CHOGAN is a multi-level marketing company. They operate across Europe with very, very little information when it comes to the specifics of the compensation plan, when it comes to transparency of the potential income and the actual income. And that in itself is already a red flag. So if you don't want to support multi-level marketing companies, but you bought from CHOGAN, be aware that they are a multi-level marketing company. I myself, I will not buy from my family member again. I will support her otherwise. I cannot say anything negative about the perfumes I got. They smell nice. I was able to pick the ones I like. I was able to smell them as well, of course, because my family member had those little samples. So there's nothing wrong with these products. I cannot necessarily support the claim that the perfumes are more intense than the original, because I picked some that are very intense already. I would say they're pretty much the same. I haven't recognized any more intensity, but I also have nothing negative to say about the products, other than that the perfume bottles are really not that pretty, but that is a way for CHOGAN to save money, to then be able to sell it for a lot less. And also, of course, because they're pretty much having unpaid distributors who will do the job for them. But the products, in my opinion, they're fine. But it's a multi-level marketing company, and I do not support that. As a potential customer, you cannot purchase these products just on the website. You have to get in contact with a distributor, either in person or via their own personalized website, if they have one. But then that personalized website is something that is connected to an additional fee. We've seen that. You have to pay 30 euros per month, including tax, and then you have that website, which is still blows my mind. And if you want more information on this business model as well, you will have to get in contact with a consultant and hope that they do a good job about informing you correctly, because CHOGAN is not very transparent when it comes to the documentation of their very own business. The information of the income potential is not publicly available on CHOGAN's website, except for one link to an English document that always shows up as an error when I click on it. I could not find an income disclosure statement either, but all the contracts you need to sign up are with a company. They're available online there. There is no transparency, and that in itself is worrisome to me. I would not trust a company like this. I personally would also not trust a distributor who tells me what an amazing opportunity this is if you want to sell the product or if you want to build a team without being transparent either, but just giving me very generic statements that I have heard a lot connected to multi-level marketing companies. My family member has never tried to push the product on anyone. They for sure haven't done that on me. As far as I know, also not to other family members. She just offered the opportunity if you're interested to buy the product. She also never tried to recruit anyone, and I would assume that a lot of people probably join these companies and try to do this job without even knowing that it is a multi-level marketing company and without understanding the potential dangers and the potential pitfalls connected to that. You yourself know now, just like myself, that CHOGAN is a multi-level marketing company, and if you don't want to support that, the information is out. You do with it what you find fitting. This was episode number 2 in Is It an MLM? I have another idea for the third installment, which is going to be probably rather random, but I will have to do more research on this topic. If you like these kind of experimental Is It an MLM videos, please consider subscribing. If you like this specific video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to let me know something, or if you have any suggestions on companies or products that you think might be connected to a multi-level marketing company, please feel free to comment that down below. I also have my email and my Instagram link down below if you want to get in contact with me, if you want to send me something because you would like for me to react to that. Also give me the information if you would like to be named or if you would like to be kept anonymous or if you have any additional information. But you can also just comment down below if you have anything you would like for me to check out. I'm happy to take a look at that as well. And if you like these types of videos, then hopefully I will see you in my next one. Until then, cheers!